Yo, what's up, guys? We're back with another video today. And guys, in 2024, guys, we have seen a lot of UFC fighters that the majority of the community does not like lose their fights, like especially the most recent fights. I mean, this thumbnail that you guys clicked on, all of the fights that I showed on the thumbnail, all of them have been losing. Like, they all lost or got beaten up pretty badly, right? And so I thought, why not just talk about some of the fighters who are the biggest hate-watching fighters ever in the UFC. Now, what do I mean by biggest hate-watching fighter? What I mean by that, guys, is I'm talking about UFC fighters that the majority of the community does not like, and they are incredibly happy when they lose. And that's pretty much what I have on here. I have 6 UFC fighters who I think are the biggest UFC hate-watching fighters of all time. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First person we have here is Jamal Hill. Listen, Jamal Hill is the most, he's one of the most delusional fighters I've ever seen. He is so delusional, this guy, thinking he beat Pereira. It was an early stoppage. It was all this stuff that he was just saying and all this stuff. And for him to get beaten up by Yuri Prochazka, which in fairness, I will give him that. He actually put on a decent fight against Yuri. Great fight, I will say. But the fact that he lost to Yuri pretty badly and then lost even worse to Khalil Roundtree, both guys that also lost to Alex Pereira, is perfect in my opinion. Like this, I think I'm honestly happy now. I think I am over me hating Jamal Hill personally. I'm over hating Jamal Hill now. I think I'm satisfied. You know, he got his ass whooped by Yuri Prochazka, and then he got his ass whooped again by Khalil Roundtree. So I'm pretty happy overall by the hate watching that I've witnessed from Jamal Hill, man. I mean, if there's one thing we all can love about Jamal Hill, is him losing. Although, to be honest, I don't think he's gonna continue winning. I honestly don't know, guys. I mean, the performance he had against Khalil Roundtree was just not good, actually. I honestly do not see this guy winning any more fights in his next up-and-coming fights. Like, I think he loses to Dominic Reyes pretty badly. I see him losing to Amzad Murkryadov pretty badly. I could see him losing to Alexander Rakic pretty badly as well, man. Like, I think most of the division right now can beat Jamal Hill. Like, I genuinely think that. Next up, easiest one on here, Colby Covington. I think everybody knew that this guy was going to be on here, right? I mean, nobody likes Colby Covington. Nobody. If you like him, get out of here. Sorry. Unsubscribe. I don't care. I genuinely do not like this guy. I hate Colby Covington. You know what I could make, actually, guys? My top 15 most hated, or no, you know what I could make, guys? My top pound-for-pound most hated UFC fighters. I actually might do that, guys. If you want that, let me know in the comments. But I hate Colby Covington so much. Like, I think he is so overrated, like, resume-wise, skill-wise. I think he's so overrated. At his prime, he was decent. Like, he was a legitimate decent fighter, right? I'm not saying he's a bad fighter when it comes to his skill set. I think his resume and just the legacy he left is so overrated. Like, so overrated. Like, he talked all his talk about being a top tier champion and wanting to beat all these guys, and every single main event he has lost to. Like, he lost to Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman, and Joaquin Buckley. Colby Covington is like, we all know this, but it's like we all know that we don't like Colby Covington. Like, we, not me. Next up, we have Israel Adesanya, right? Okay, this one is a weird one to me, right? Because I have never really truly hated Adesanya. I don't like him, but I've never truly despised him like a lot of people do. A lot of people do not like Adesanya, which is completely fair. I mean, the dude is so corny. He takes pisses in the octagon. Seriously, when Derek Lewis does it, it's funny. But when Adesanya does it, it's like the cruelest and most evil thing you can imagine. And also, we have to say about this, you know, the dog videos, guys. You know what I'm talking about the dog videos. You know, he tried to diddy up the dogs. It was ridiculous. And honestly, when I saw that, I was actually disgusted. Like, that's genuinely some disgusting, like, what's the word? I think zoophobic or whatever it is. Something like that. He's basically a furry. Adesanya is 100% a furry. And when he lost to Sean Strickland, that was such an amazing feeling. That was so good to see. And then when we lost to DDP, another amazing feeling. I was very happy seeing that. I was kind of happy afterwards. I think my hate watching arc was done with Adesanya. Like, I was fulfilled with everything, seeing him lose twice in a row by the guys that he wanted to beat up so badly. However, when he fought Imavov, I low-key felt a little bit bad about him. I'm not gonna lie with you. Like, the dude, honestly, I was past the point of hating him. Now I just feeling bad about him. Like, what I mean by that is, like, the dude's just gonna keep losing, I think. Depending on what the UFC gives him for his next opponent, he could potentially lose. Like, don't get me wrong, he could beat guys like Marvin Vettori, Paulo Costas, Roman Kopilovs, but I don't know how he does against an Anthony Hernandez. I don't know how he does against most of these guys now, and it's just getting to a point now where Adesanya, I think if he loses one more time, he's gonna retire. And by this point, I'm kind of done with the hate watching, but I had to put him up here because, let's be real, the majority community did not like Adesanya. This one hurts, guys. Belal Muhammad. Listen, Belal, if you're watching this, I'm a big fan of you. I will always be a Belal fan, even if some of your takes are delusional, like how you said that you won that fight against JDM. What the hell are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on now. But I will always be a fan of you, Belal. Regardless, I'm putting you here because, let's be real, majority of the community does not like Belal. I understand why you all, and let's be real, 99% of the community does not like Belal Muhammad. I completely understand. And I listen, as a Belal Muhammad fan, he does have boring fights. Don't get me wrong. He does have boring fights. That Leon Edwards fight was not good. It just was not good unless until that, like, final round. It was not that fun of a fight. Like, it really wasn't. The fun of that fight was him being Leon Edwards. That was the fun part of it because I genuinely hated Leon Edwards. I don't like Leon Edwards. I think he's the same type of fighter as Belal Muhammad. You can't be a hater of Belal Muhammad and then you are a fan of Leon Edwards. You just can't because they're both so boring. They both unbelievably boring. The only reason why Belal Muhammad is here is because the majority community does not like him. I think one of the reasons that people do not like Belal Muhammad is his style. He is a very heavy wrestler, but the problem with his wrestling is, right, when he takes you down, he just does like a couple punches. Like, he doesn't try and do a finish. He doesn't try to do like a ground and pound finish, TKO. He just lays on top of you and lands a couple of punches. That's it. He's not even like Khabib. Like, when Khabib takes you down, he'll beat you up before he finds a submission, or he'll just like batter you on the ground until you give up. With Belal Muhammad, he's kind of similar to that, but he just does not like try to finish you. He just literally doesn't. He'll just grind you out to a decision. That's his game plan. It works most of the time, but it's just not fun as far as a fan goes. And I completely understand it. I completely do. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. When Belal Muhammad lost to JDM, it was kind of satisfying because I'm a JDM fan as well. I love JDM, you know. I honestly really do. I think his boxing is so crisp. It's so good. And that performance against Belal was really good because Belal Muhammad, mind you, people discredit JDM. Bro, JDM was literally defending multiple takedowns from Belal Muhammad. Like, Belal Muhammad was striking with him, but when he tried to do a takedown on JDM, he just couldn't like hold him down. So he was forced to strike with him. That's the difference people don't get. Belal Muhammad was striking with JDM, but he didn't want to. He wanted to take him down, but he just couldn't. He couldn't get JDM on the ground. All right, now we have a very interesting one on here. Cedric Dumas. Listen, the casuals when it comes to MMA are not going to know who Dricus Dumas is. So I'm going to let you guys know who he is. For the casuals who don't know who this guy is, right? Because he's an unranked middleweight guy. Nobody really knows who he is. He's like 29 years old, a middleweight fighter. He's 3-2 in the UFC currently, as long as we don't count the Dana White Contender Series fight. But the reason why he's up here, guys, is because this guy, he got arrested like multiple times in his career. This guy's gotten arrested, I think maybe 17 times or something like that. He's gotten arrested God knows how many times because of domestic abuse, all this stuff. And also, I just want to give a shout out to Michael Oleksiejczuk because he beat up like Cedric Dumas pretty badly in that fight. I want to give a shout out to him because honestly, nobody likes you, Dumas. I really hope this guy gets cut in the UFC because why do we have an abuser in the UFC? All right, now the final person that we have here is Bo Nickal. Bo Nickal, guys, I have been a #1 Bo Nickal hater from the start. Bo Nickal is one of the most overrated prospects ever. This guy was so overrated, so one-dimensional. His striking was genuinely terrible. He might have had one of the most, like, sloppy and just terrible striking I've ever seen from a prospect. And when he got booked against RDR, I knew that this guy was not going to win. I had no understanding how he was a -400 favorite going into that fight. How are people dumb? Are people dumb? Like his best one was Paul Craig, and Paul Craig is, like, also one of the worst strikers in UFC. And somehow, like, Bo Nickel, honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand how this guy was a minus 400 favorite going into that fight. Because RDR is a double champion at 1FC. Yes, it's 1FC, and those guys are bums. I'm not going to lie with you. But every now and again, there is a fighter who is really good, and RDR is one of them. So how? How? And also, RDR beat Kevin Holland in his last fight. Like, I don't understand. It's ridiculous in my mind how people were genuinely picking Bo Nickel against RDR. RDR is so much better than Bo Nickel. And watching RDR beat up Bo Nickel, and Bo Nickel quit. He quit in that fight. He got hit with one knee, like a bad one, mind you, and he gave up. He gave up. Honestly, the 5 fans of Bo Nickel were devastated in that fight. Like the 5 actual my father's a big fan of Bo Nickel. He thought he was gonna be a champion. He was so disappointed that night, and I just rubbed it in his face, man. That was such a satisfying moment. But guys, that is me giving my picks on the biggest hating watching fighters ever in the UFC or currently right now. Let me know what you guys think about some of these takes. Do you agree that these are the biggest hate watching fighters in the roster right now? Do you not? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!